why do we have to file our taxes and in some cases continue to pay taxes to the United States? Well, that's because the United States is one of only 2 countries that bases taxation of its citizens on citizenship, not residency. So I moved to New Zealand from the United States 13 years ago with my husband, and we found out very quickly that we had to still file our US taxes. This is something that not every American really realizes until they start getting into the process of moving abroad. And then they go, oh, wait, I still have to file taxes. And filing is different than paying. However, it totally depends on your situation. And that's why you need to talk to a professional and many other Americans who have been doing this for a long time. There's a lot of really great Reddit threads, Facebook groups that help with this situation. I also wrote a book. It's in my bio. It's called So You Want to Move to New Zealand. So if you're thinking about moving to New Zealand, I have a whole chapter just about this taxation issue. And you don't want to get caught out because not filing, even though you move abroad, not filing is a felony and the IRS will catch up with you. And it's not fair, but it's unfortunately, the reality that Americans living abroad find themselves in. And it's not as easy as just filing your taxes like you normally would. Like if you use, TurboTax or H&R Block, there are extra things that you have to do to remain compliant with the IRS while you're living abroad. You might have to file something called the F-bar on top of your normal filing. You are probably going to have to file either foreign earned income exclusion or foreign tax credit forms, which are not something that you would file if you still lived in the United States filing your taxes. Oh, and by the way, if you're moving to New Zealand from America and you get a job here, be very careful about KiwiSaver, because KiwiSaver is the retirement program that they have in New Zealand. But if you open one and you're not careful about how it's structured, then the United States could tax KiwiSaver at 37% on unrealized gains every single year. And no, I'm not making that up. Some expat tax accountants treat it as a pension and it doesn't get taxed that heavily, but you still have to pay that expat tax accountant to do it properly for you. You still have to make sure that your KiwiSaver is structured properly. And if you do it wrong, the fees and the fines could be exorbitant. And I go over a lot of this stuff in my book. So if you're moving to New Zealand, the link is in my bio. But yeah, it is the one. It's like the bane of every American's existence when Americans move abroad. And I mean, like, would I move back to America just to get out of this? No, I'm going to stay in New Zealand. I'm quite happy here, thank you. But at the same time, I just wish that the United States would just wake up and change to residency-based taxation, which is what practically every other country in the world does to some extent. But, they just want their money for their illegal wars. So